Hello, if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Mushan Payeski, and this year I have made a plan to interview the inspirers in my life that I think they made a big difference to me. And Michael Pope is one of them, and I'm so honored to have invited him to my show. And Michael Pope is the coach tech guy, is certified at the highest level as an international Maxwell leadership certified speaker, trainer, and coach, and serves on the marketing faculty for leadership author and expert John C. Maxwell. He also holds certifications in disc behavioral analysis, neural encoding, and virtual presenting. And he also has been so kind to be my mentor in tech and also this video recording. So welcome, Michael. Thank you so much to join my show.
Thank you for inviting me, Mushane. Happy to be here.
Since we met last year through Toastmasters, and
hmm
your personality, your willingness to support others has been very inspiring. And also, I have witnessed your career growth like a rocket ship. Would you mind to share about your journey, how you took off your career as a public speaker and trainer?
Yeah, absolutely. So it all goes back probably to when I started Toastmasters back in 2003. And at the time, Mushane, I was terrified of public speaking. I never saw myself as being a professional speaker. I just joined Toastmasters because I wanted to overcome my fear. However, after I quickly overcame my fear after a couple of years of being in Toastmasters, I started having that desire to want to give more speeches and really make a name for myself. So I had the opportunity back in, I think it was in 2019, to join the John Maxwell team to become a certified speaker, trainer, and coach through his program. And that really opened up the door for me to really step out here and start speaking and really just allowing the opportunities, allowing myself to take advantage of those opportunities that were out there.
Yeah, that's amazing. Since you are a tech guy, obviously you mentioned that you are in the technology field, and
hmm
what really drives you to the speaking world?
Yeah, so I
It's
am. I'm
just
an
the
IT.
Maxwell or Toastmasters meetings. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So as an IT professional, I'm a natural introvert, and like I said, I used to be terrified of public speaking. And you have an IT background, so you understand that most IT professionals don't speak up, and that was me. When I started my corporate career, I would never speak up. I mean, I always had great ideas. I've always been a great problem solver, but I would never share those ideas with the public. And so Toastmasters really helped me to overcome that. And because of that, I'm still in Toastmasters today, 20 years later, forever thankful for Toastmasters. However, I wanted to get a broader reach. And the John Maxwell team really helped open up those doors for me to be able to go out and speak. And so, even as a technology expert, I still love technology. I love all things marketing. And I'm able to use
Mhm.
that background, but really inspire other people to help them do it properly.
Yeah, definitely. Your journey can inspire so many people to speak up, also utilize the marketing and to not only to hone their skills in technique field, also in their presentation and public speaking field. So you made
Absolutely.
this great combination in two worlds. You are very busy. I can imagine you run your coaching business and also you have your tech job. And how do you manage your time? That's something many people ask the successful people. Time management. How do you
So,
manage your time?
great question. So one thing I like to tell people about time management is you can't manage time, right? There's no time never stops. So and we're all fortunate enough to have the same 24 hours in a day. And so for me, it's more priority management is what I try to focus on. And so I always try to look at, okay, what's the most important things for me to get accomplished today with my schedule? And I'll identify those priorities, and I'm willing to let go of things that aren't as important. Right? There are some things that would be nice to be done, but it doesn't have to be done. So anything, if I can outsource it, like for example, I don't cut my own grass, right? So for the last several years, we paid someone, we pay them like $40 per cut to cut our lawn. Even though I'm capable of cutting my own grass, but I don't like it. It takes more time and energy that I don't really want to give up. So I'd rather pay someone those $40 where I can be more productive and do some income producing activities with my time. So it's all about managing those priorities.
Yeah, totally. Definitely focus on your time on the 20% in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's the prioritizing is part of the skills that we all need to master in able to manage the busy schedule that most of us have to handle. And also tell us a little bit, if you don't mind. I know we are talking about professional things, but personally, I would love to learn about you in a personal level. If you are comfortable,
Okay.
tell us a little bit about your family, because every successful man or woman, they have a troop of supporters, especially the
Mm-hmm.
family members.
Absolutely right. And so my wife is definitely my biggest supporter. We've been married since 1997, so 26 years, almost 27 years. We have three awesome boys, a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old, and 11-year-old, all very active. And I'm very fortunate, for my wife to really support everything that I do. So she takes that burden off of me of taking the kids to like their events or different things that they may need to. So that works out great. We do a lot of we set goals as a family, and we try to keep that open communication so people know what's going on. And so that really keeps me motivated, knowing that I want to be able to provide for my kids and really set the proper example for them. So it helps me stay out of my comfort zone and stretch myself to set those goals. So I mean, I love it. Yeah. And I know you're very family oriented as well. I mean, I see all your pictures and all
Yeah,
that. So.
I love career growth and professional development, but after
Mhm.
all, family is the number one. And
Yeah.
I believe your family is number one to you as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. It sounds like you have a beautiful family, and your wife and your family are so supportive of you doing the work, so you can concentrate on the things you're interested in. You have the passion to work on. We are from total different cultural background. Share a little
Hmm.
bit about your educational path. And did you ever switch major? Because I know that was a common thing, and because you had the opportunities in the United States. So how did it get to the tech world?
Great. Yeah. Great question. So for me, when I was in the sixth grade, my mom purchased my first computer for me. It was a Commodore 64 computer. And I remember getting that computer and I started learning how to write software, or really write games is what I started writing. And I fell in love with it. And I was like, man, I was like, I can make money doing this, writing games or writing software. And from the seventh grade on, I knew exactly what I wanted to major in. So when I went into high school, I took computer science classes in high school because I knew exactly what I wanted to major in. When I was picking colleges and picking my major, I clearly knew that I wanted to major in computer science. So when I was looking at schools, I wanted to make sure that I found a school that had a good computer science program where I could really learn and grow, and also had great job opportunities as a result of that major. And so I only applied to a couple colleges. I got accepted to both of them. I graduated from North Carolina A&T State University with a degree in computer science. And because I knew what I wanted, so I never switched. Like, I was never confused about what I wanted to major in. It made it very easy for me. I took advantage of opportunities to do summer internships and co-ops while I was in college for the experience. And so it just made it really easy. So when I was going into my senior year of college, I already had a full-time job offer. So that made my senior year breeze.
Wow.
It just flowed because I had that clarity. And I noticed that I run into a lot of youth who don't have that clarity of what they want to do. And so those are the ones that normally switching majors and all that. So I'm very fortunate that I had my clarity.
Yeah, I gotta say you were very fortunate. And even when you were in your 6th grade, you already found the passion.
Yeah.
To be honest, you might be the age. I'm still not sure what's my passion. That's the hard part. That's the very hard part to do.
It is.
And I'm
so
glad. So glad your mom bought you the computer, and also I didn't have my computer until my college graduation.
Oh, wow.
In China. Yeah, I know it's pretty tough, and in college we had to use like library computers, and I still remember using the disk, the square disk ones.
Yeah, the little floppy disk.
Probably many people. Yeah. Many people even don't know what's those, and also I saw some of the boys in my class bought one computer together, so they were able to play games, and they got into the computer much better than us. When I graduated, I barely know how to operate the computer, but at the time we were able to use Adobe, so ever since I used computer every day. Yeah, but definitely not as fortunate as you. You were so clear what you wanted to do. For us, it's one path, because I chose the major in high school because I was in art, and then I went to that direction. And then in college, you were not able to choose again.
Oh, wow! I didn't realize that.
Even if you don't like it, that's something new.
You gotta finish it out. It's the path you're on. You gotta stay on that path, right? No U-turn.
Yeah, that's true. So do you have any siblings? Sorry for this kind of person.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Question.
Yeah. So I do have siblings. I didn't really grow up around them because my parents separated probably when I was in I don't recall. I think I might have been 10, 11 or something when my parents separated. And so my next closest sibling is 12 years younger than me. Yep. So, and they're all in North Carolina, so I have a relationship with her now, but we didn't grow up together. So it was a little bit different. But yes, I do, on my dad's side, I do have some siblings there. I love them all, but I just didn't grow up with them.
Growing up in like a blended family definitely has different experience, and I can understand it because I have stepchildren, and my daughter also occasionally hang out with my stepchildren. They are pretty close, but because of the age gap, it's harder to really spend too much time together. Also, now everyone is in different places.
12-year gap, that's a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. Your business is taking off, and what's your New Year goal and also the 5-year goal? You,
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out my goals for the new year.
it's a
Right. Like
challenge.
I have some fairly aggressive income goals with my coaching, between my coaching business and everything else. Still trying to decide what the long term goal is. Like, am I gonna? Because I have a lot of people to ask, "Hey, are you gonna leave your corporate job?" Because I've been with my corporate company, I think on paper, 28 years. So 28 years, make a great salary, got 6 weeks vacation, right? So and I have flexibility because I'm doing it from home,
Mm-hmm.
so I've got flexibility there. However, I like it, but I don't love it like I do with coaching and speaking and training. So I'm just trying to figure out like what makes sense, whether it makes sense for me to completely transition or just keep it as a slow pace. Um, but right
Mm,
now, because I'm
yeah.
able to do both successfully and without stress, I'm enjoying both, enjoying the journey for sure.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that your stable job has so many vacation days that allow you to do other things. Yeah, and that's I know this is the hard decision for many people, because being an entrepreneur have its potential growth, but also
And
has the
risk,
kind
right?
of a
Yeah.
stress that usually, yeah, yeah, also have risks. So yeah, that's a big decision, big thing to decide. But you are not in a rush. I'm sure
Yeah.
you will get to where you want to be. Just have the ideal path for you to take. Yeah.
Yes.
So what topics do you usually teach in your training, in your coaching program? Because I know
Yeah. So I
you are talking about tech. So are there
Mhm.
any tools right now you are focusing on and you want people know?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So I speak and train a lot in the MarTech space, right? So the marketing and technology space. So a lot of times it could be, look at technology. It could be Canva. I do a lot of Canva workshops. I actually
Mm-hmm.
have two Canva workshops coming up. One for a wide district wide training that I'm doing for another district of in the area, and then also for another coaching community, I'm doing a Canva workshop for them. I also do other software like funnel software or just different marketing type software that some coaches need or speakers need. So I do different trainings in that area as well.
Mm.
So yeah, and then, I wrote a book this last year. I'll show you.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah, so I've
show
got
me. Yeah.
yep. Yeah,
Whoa,
so,
yeah.
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 So I wrote a
Oh,
yeah. So that was
awesome.
based on
Yeah.
a keynote that I gave at a conference, and I decided to turn that into a book format. So yeah, so I love speaking on that marketing and
Wow.
technology space.
Well, that's amazing. That's really the best area that combines all your strengths and your expertise. That's perfect. And as an author and also speaker, would you like to share a little bit of experience of writing and publishing your book? Because I'm sure many people are very interested in that too.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So what I did was because I delivered a keynote in April, and when I gave the keynote, a lot of people were like, "Man, that was some great content. That would make a great book." And so I heard more than one person say that. And I was like, "Okay, well, I need to write a book." And my speaking mentor, he told all of us, he was like, "Hey, you guys need to have at least one book, maybe more books, because it just helps with marketing yourself as a speaker." And so what I did was I took my keynote. I had an outline of my keynote. I used Chat GTP to help me organize it into a properly structured book, and I used that along with the stories from my
Mm.
keynote and other examples, and created essentially 100-page book in I think it was less than 45 days to get it from start to finish to get it published and all that stuff.
Wow, that's very impressive. I couldn't imagine. Yeah. Wow, that's very amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that experience. That opened the door for many people and added hope to many people who want to write a book or publish a book.
Yeah, because some
And
people wait
so
years.
you
Like,
have,
I didn't want to
yeah,
do
I know, yeah. I That's what I imagine. Every author shared that was like years of writing, and which was something that not many people can
that.
invest. I'm so glad that you were so efficient and also utilizing the technology that you are familiar with to
Hmm.
accelerate the process. Yeah. So we are at the end of our time. Is there anything that you would like to share with anyone who is watching? Yeah,
Yeah, so one big advice I'll tell people that I work with is, hey, don't let the fear of technology stop you from growing your business or really, fulfilling your purpose. And if you ever need help, I am Michael Pope, the Coach's Tech Guy. I can be found on social media at Michael J. Pope Jr. or go to my website at michaelpopetraining.com. And happy to be here with you.
great. I will be sure include your links. Yeah. Thank you
Thank you.
so much for sharing your career professional growth journey as well as your background as a family guy and father and husband, and also your education journey. And I appreciate you come to my show to support me personally and also share your wisdom and knowledge with our audience. Thank you very much, Michael.
You're welcome, Shane.